The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers for the next 2 weeks, December 22nd to January 2nd, reveal that fans will see Santa's LA visit, mistletoe kisses, fashion feuds, and messy exes. During the week of December 22 to 26, Thomas Forrester will meet with Hope Logan Spencer and try to get past the awkwardness of his comeback. Thomas will assume Hope isn't happy about Deke Sharp being shut out of her line, but he'll think he can do the best job of leading it into the future, along with Zendi Forrester Dominguez. After Thomas reflects on their professional history, he'll express excitement about bringing Hope's vision to life again. Of course, Hope may want to make sure Thomas stays in his lane on a personal level, since she's happily reunited with Liam Spencer. As for Ridge Forrester, he'll no doubt scoff over Bill Spencer giving Katie Spencer a fashion house to run. Ridge surely won't consider it real competition, despite the incredible presentation Katie's about to give. Ridge and Brooke Logan Forrester will find out the name of Katie's new fashion house, along with some of her plans for it. There'll be some tension as Katie prepares to make this dream a reality. Meanwhile, Remy Price will run into Deke and most likely find out he's been let go from Forrester Creations. After Remy offers up some comfort, could Deke start leaning in the direction of a reunion again? Deacon Sharp will be disappointed for his son and may open up to Taylor Hayes about this in therapy. At this point, Deacon will take any excuse to talk to Taylor and grow closer to her in the process. At the beach house, Dylan will hang out with Electra Forrester and Will Spencer. Since Will and Electra won't want the fun to end, they'll invite Dylan to spend the night. Will this storyline head in a hot direction, or perhaps a stalkerish direction instead? Either way, Dylan will find herself deepening her connection to Electra and Will. Of course, we should also talk about some Christmas activities since there'll be some mistletoe moments, including one for John Finn Finnegan and Steffi Forrester Finnegan, as well as one between Carter Walton and Daphne Rose. Ridge will also have a special present for Brooke, while Eric Forrester and Donna Logan Forrester delight the kids by playing Mr. and Mrs. Claus this year. After Hayes Finnegan and Kelly Spencer get some quality Santa time in, they'll join everyone else in singing A Christmas Carol around the piano. B&B will air an encore episode from 2024 on Thursday, December 25th, so keep that in mind as you plan your Christmas activities. The week of December 29th, January 2nd may bring some New Year's Eve celebrations as well, but we should mention that the show will air a repeat on Thursday, January 1st. However, there'll be some other exciting developments happening the rest of the week since Katie will have plenty more planning to do for her fashion house. Deke is bound to get hired soon, and there's a good chance Eric will end up doing a couture collection for Katie too. Bill will continue to be Katie's biggest cheerleader, but his feud with Ridge could become a bigger problem as this storyline moves along. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say the next 2 weeks will bring some twists and turns, so stick with us for updates on all the big news and heated confrontations to come. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers hint that Brayan Nicoletti has joined the cast of B&B in a mystery role. Is Nicoletti playing an R.J. Forrester recast or a new character? The show recently had a Christmas bash that brought plenty of the cast and crew members out for a good time. Nicoletti popped up in multiple pictures from the event, including one from a production designer who referred to them as newbies, celebrating their first B&B holiday party in his Instagram story. Another photo featured Nicoletti sandwiched between Thorsten Kaye and John McCook. So we have to ask, could that be a hint about 3 generations of Forresters posing together? It's possible that Nicoletti is an R.J. Forrester recast, especially when you consider the current storyline involving Katie Spencer's new fashion house. Since R.J. is a designer who happens to be both a Forrester and a Logan, it just makes sense to throw him in the mix. Perhaps R.J. could also serve as a love interest option for Dylan or another character on canvas. It's worth mentioning that Brayan Nicoletti follows a ton of B&B cast members on Instagram like Bullock, Crew Morrow, Linnea Grace, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, Lawrence St. Victor, and more. It seems safe to say that Nicoletti is indeed set to make his debut on the show soon. It's just a matter of whether he'll be playing a fresh spin on RJ or someone else instead. Regardless, it'll be fun to see a new face in the mix. Nicoletti's previous roles include Tucker James in a short film called No Boys Allowed, and Anthony in a movie called Woodbridge. We'll be sure to bring you updates if any news comes in about Brayan Nicoletti's first air date. Nicoletti could become a key player as the show starts off 2026 with a bang. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say some exciting stories and debuts are in the works, so stay tuned to the CBS soap. The Bold and the Beautiful recap for Friday, December 19th, reveals that Steffi Forrester Finnegan ordered Hope Logan Spencer to fire Deke Sharp while Katie Spencer delivered a curveball to Brooke Logan Forrester. In the Forrester design office, Deke fished for answers about his future at the company during a conversation with Carter Walton. Carter could only say there was a lot at stake and that hope for the future would need the best design team behind it. Next, on Friday's B&B episode, Hope tried to convince Steffi to let Deke stay on her line. However, Steffi was adamant that they couldn't have someone on the payroll that they didn't need. Since Thomas Forrester and Zendi Forrester Dominguez could handle all the designs, she insisted Deke had to go. Hope hinted about the discomfort of working with Thomas considering their history, but Steffi argued this was about business. In the end, Steffi stood her ground and suggested Hope should be the one to break the news to Deke that he was out. Soon after, Deke excitedly showed Hope some new sketches, but she stopped him and explained the situation. Hope was apologetic since it was out of her hands. Deke put on a brave face and assured Hope that he wouldn't give up on his dreams, but they were both bummed about not working together as they hugged. In the showroom, Ridge Forrester gave Brooke updates on Thomas's return to Hope for the future and the fact that Deke was being let go. Brooke worried about Hope's reaction since Steffi's brother was taking priority over Hope's. After Katie discussed her new fashion house with Bill Spencer and Will Spencer, she joined Brooke at Forrester Creations and revealed Bill's amazing wedding present. Katie knew it probably sounded crazy for Bill to give her a fashion house, so Brooke acknowledged that it indeed did. Brooke also pointed out that it took Forrester Creations years to build their brand, but Katie was ready to tackle this challenge anyway. Although Brooke admitted Bill's gift was sweet, she clearly didn't have a lot of faith in Katie's abilities and seemed weirded out by all this. Brooke asked if this new fashion house would be called Spencer Fashions, but Katie suggested maybe her sister could help come up with a name. Despite Brooke's attempt to be happy for Katie and her new venture, she had a pensive look on her face as they hugged. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Katie and Brooke could be gearing up for quite a sister feud, so stay tuned. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for Monday, December 22nd reveal that Thomas Forrester will reminisce with Hope Logan Spencer while Remy Price has an unexpected Deke Sharp encounter. At Forrester Creations, Hope will be down in the dumps now that she's broken the news to Deke about his firing. Between that and Hope's history with Thomas, there should be plenty of tension during their conversation on Monday's B&B episode. However, Thomas will play up how well he worked with Hope in the past. After Thomas admits he still thinks about when they used to create together, he'll insist he wants to get back to that. Hope won't seem sold on this arrangement and may feel the need to establish some professional boundaries. Just in case Thomas has any desire to mix business with pleasure again, Hope may shut down that idea and point out she's happily remarried. Of course, Thomas might assure Hope that he respects her marriage to Liam Spencer and isn't trying to stir up any trouble in her personal life. Perhaps Thomas will promise this is just about making Hope for the future the best it can be. Even so, Hope will hate the fact that Deke got cast aside. It'll leave Hope wishing she could have more input on what happens with her line. But Steffi Forrester Finnegan and Ridge Forrester have the final say on everything. As for Deke, he'll seek comfort now that his short-lived time at Forrester Creations is over. Deke assured Hope that he'd never give up on his dreams, but this will still be a tough blow for him to work through. It looks like Deke may head to Il Giardino and give Deacon Sharp updates on the Forresters cutting him loose. That could leave Deacon fuming, but he'll surely end up in comforting dad mode and give Deke the support he needs. At some point, Remy will pop up and look unsettled, so he may spot Deke and overhear that he's been fired. That could make Remy eager to console Deke too, since he knows how much Deke wants a fashion career. Will Deke embrace the comfort Remy offers or push him away? Remy is holding out hope for a reunion with Deke, so stay tuned to see if he'll ultimately get his wish. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Deke's future will look a lot brighter soon, thanks to Katie Spencer's inevitable job offer soon. The Bold and the Beautiful preview video for the week of December 22-26 reveals that Will Spencer and Electra Forrester will deliver a house-guest invitation, while Katie Spencer's new fashion house gets a name. The weekly promo kicks off with John Finnegan dripping wet as B&B uses another opportunity to show off his abs. However, there'll be some actual plot developments in the week ahead as well. Ridge Forrester and Brooke Logan Forrester will take a trip to Spencer Publications, where they'll get updates on some big news. Katie will be right by Bill Spencer's side as she unveils the name of her new fashion house. Brooke wondered if it'd be called Spencer Fashions, but something like Spencer Style has a nice ring to it. Whatever the case, Katie will reveal what her fashion house will be called and get Brooke's reaction along with Ridge's. This could lead to some conflict if Ridge takes jabs at Bill and acts like Katie isn't up to the challenge. Meanwhile, Thomas Forrester will try to convince Hope Logan Spencer that his return to her line will be a good thing. As Thomas reflects on the times when he was creating together with Hope, he'll insist that's what he wants to bring back. Hope may remind Thomas that their personal relationship has to stay in the past and continue to fret over Deke Sharp's future now that he's been cut from Forrester Creations. At the beach house, Will and Electra will enjoy hanging out with Dylan. After Will suggests Dylan should stay the night, Electra will back him up and agree that she'd love to spend more time with her. Dylan will look surprised and intrigued over the invitation. But where is all this headed? Is Dylan becoming obsessed with Will, Electra, or both? Dylan has been through major trauma thanks to all the Luna Nozawa mayhem and could go off the rails if the show needs another wild character to take Luna's place. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say some Dylan shockers could be brewing, so stay tuned. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers document that Thomas Forrester is back and still isn't shy about what he wants. He presumed that if he wanted to take the lead at Hope for the future, it would happen. And it did. Thomas's attitude is and has been developed and enabled by his father, mostly. Ridge Forrester coddled him for years, which eventually resulted in him kissing a mannequin that he believed was an alternate version of Hope Spencer. The above isn't a cheap shot. Instead, it's a completely accurate assessment of why Thomas can be rightfully classified as an adult brat. Thomas is full of himself. That tag is one that viewers of this show could apply to various characters. Ridge has often said that Bill Spencer has a gigantic ego, and his father, Eric Forrester, recently reinforced the family feeling when commenting on Bill's shirt selection. The reason why Thomas believes that he can do anything, get away with it, let time pass, and then keep on going without any permanent consequences, is that that's what his life has been to this point in the plot. Ridge knows of both incidents, but still backs him, treating Atkinson's character like an adolescent boy who isn't responsible for his actions. Then, there is Deke Sharp. His humility defines him and creates the arguably starkest contrast to Thomas since the recast to Atkinson occurred. Liam Spencer got the woman Thomas wanted. Thomas got the job that Deke deserved a chance to have. That leaves Deke out in the bitter December cold, even though the sun can be seen in California. Viewers see a potential future glimpse and have hope because of the fashion house Katie Spencer has agreed to lead. Deke can design for her, and his sister joins her aunt at Bill's upstart. Intended rival to Forrester Creations, Liam loves Hope completely. He's always had all of her heart. And Thomas never had even an inch. Hope was told to do the dirty work and tell her brother that his FC contract wasn't being renewed. She did, and he handled it as expected. Deke was disappointed, but didn't lash out, because he's had to earn his way in life and hasn't had the world handed to him as Thomas has. Telling Liam about Thomas' unexpected and unwanted return to be the lead designer of Hope for the future isn't easy. Liam's reaction will set the soapy stage for Hope, potentially taking her talents elsewhere, like Katie. Neither Liam nor the fans want to see a rerun of Thomas turning Hope's life upside down. So, something fresh is likely to play out into the new year. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers hint that Taylor Hayes will end Deacon Sharp's therapy sessions with a big confession and force him to get a new doctor. Are Deacon and Taylor on the verge of a major turning point? Let's face it, Taylor and Deacon's current storyline can't stay in this stalled state forever. It feels like we're watching the same scene on repeat, since Deacon and Taylor often end up saying similar things. B&B's stuck in this pattern, where Deacon stops by Taylor's office, they discuss Sheila Sharp issues, and then compliment each other. The show's going somewhere with all this, but there's been more than enough build-up. It's time to look ahead to the next chapter of the story, so that could start with Taylor's important choice. Deacon could get blindsided if Taylor abruptly decides to end their sessions and insists she can't help him anymore. Taylor might shock Deacon with the news that she's referring him to another doctor, which would obviously leave him questioning why. Deacon could assume it's because Sheila is pushing boundaries and making Taylor uncomfortable, but Taylor might admit that's not the reason for this change. Perhaps Taylor could admit she's developed inappropriate feelings for Deacon and argue that it'd be crossing a dangerous line if they continued down this road. That could lead to Deacon confessing that he's developed feelings of his own, even if he knows Taylor should be off limits. Deacon may acknowledge that he's truly tried to repair his marriage to Sheila, but he can't stop thinking about Taylor and wondering if she's the better woman for him. In other words, if Taylor finally puts an end to these therapy sessions and tries to create some distance, that could bring a turning point with Deacon. It might lead to Taylor and Deacon confessing their feelings to each other, which could lead to a kiss or an even more passionate situation. The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers say Deacon and Taylor may be headed out of the doctor-patient zone soon, so stay tuned for updates on all the complications. The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers reveal a preview clip has been released for the week of December 22, 2025. It shows a surprise sleepover, which could have consequences. Meanwhile, Katie Logan Spencer creates controversy with the name of her fashion house. Keep reading, and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. First of all, the preview clip begins with a shot of John Finn Finnegan's abs. Fans know that Finn lives at the Cliff House with Steffi Forrester Finnegan, right on the beach. Finn goes out swimming quite often and is seen using an outdoor shower to rinse off. Next up, we have Katie, who was gifted a fashion house by Bill Spencer. It is an extravagant and exciting wedding gift. After some encouragement from Bill and Will Spencer, Katie agreed to take on the new venture. Brooke Logan Forrester was supportive of her sister, but also had concerns. At the time, Katie didn't have a name for her fashion house. That will change next week. When Katie announces the name of her fashion house, Brooke and Ridge Forrester have funny looks on their faces. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal that the preview clip also features Thomas Forrester and Hope Logan Spencer. While Hope listens with doubt, Thomas gives a speech about them creating something together, just like they used to. Hope will work with Thomas because of Steffi Forrester Finnegan's orders. While Hope says she has no choice, one clever fan noted that they promised the woman full autonomy over the fashion line. In any case, Hope won't be happy that Deke Sharp had to be fired just because Thomas has a design whim this week. There is also a scene centering on Dylan. The art teacher ended up running over Luna Nozawa. Now, she is spending more time with Electra Forrester as well as Will Spencer. After a swim at the beach, Will suggests that Dylan spend the night. Electra looks unprepared, but quickly covers and says she would love to spend more time with Dylan. However, could this invitation lead to disaster? I don't know what Dylan is up to, but it's nothing good. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most during the week of December 22, 2025? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember to keep watching the soap on CBS or Paramount Plus to find out what happens next. Wyatt Fuller has been missing from The Bold and the Beautiful for over a year now. Darren Brooks announced his exit from the CBS soap at the end of 2023, after being a fan fave on B&B for over a decade. Since Wyatt left town, there have been rumblings of a possible return. The actor even made it clear on social media that he is eager to get back to work and hopes to get a call from TPTB. Did the daytime show just drop a huge hint that Wyatt Fuller's return is finally happening? Here's why Bold and the Beautiful fans are convinced that Dollar Bill's other son is on his way home. This week on the CBS soap, Katie Logan and Bill Spencer shared a magical moment, which included makeshift wedding vows and launching a new fashion company. Then, Katie ceremoniously put her husband Bill's iconic sword necklace back around his neck. Longtime B&B fans know that Bill Spencer's sword necklace has symbolic meaning and also was tied to his son, Wyatt Spencer. When Wyatt arrived in Los Angeles many years ago, he had no idea that Bill Spencer was his father. However, the truth came out when Bill and Wyatt were wearing matching sword necklaces. In fact, Wyatt's mother, Quinn Fuller, was a jewelry designer and created the matching pendants for her baby daddy. Is Bill Spencer wearing his sword necklace again? A clue that Wyatt Spencer is returning to Bold and Beautiful. Dollar Bill wants all of his family working at his new fashion house. Shouldn't that include Darren Brooks' character too? Let us know what you think in the comments below, and keep checking back here on Celebrating the Soaps for new Bold and the Beautiful spoilers and updates.